Kit, what are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
What are we doing today?
Oh, we're hiking into North Fork, South Platte. We're in the woods. My boat's in the woods far more often than it's in the water. Embarrassed to admit. Look at that. Look what time it is. And look how light it is on that horizon. Pre-5 o'clock light. I was like that. Going to meet Jay. We're going to go do some kayaking. Bailey, like lower Bailey, sub Bailey, in Bailey, mini Bailey, Bailey light, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, today's going to be a big adventure. So let's go. Yeah, 6 and Jay just showed up. What's up, buddy?
What's up, buddy?
Handshake, bro out hug. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, how are you?
I'm doing well, my friend.
Good. All right, let's get set up. We're gonna go paddle. All right, about ready to hit the trail. Jay's up, Jay's pooping. Let's just call it like it is. Jay's pooping. But mist burned off. Had a look down at the rapid down there a little bit ago. And then the mist felt like Maine, but looked good. Definitely keen to get down there a little bit later, but right now we got a hike in front of us. We're gonna come along this trail here, come across all the way up this trail and down into here, blah blah blah. So let's get hiking. Made it to hiking in the sunlight, and just like that, it's hot. Jay, we will go kayaking today at some point. I do promise you. I know it doesn't seem like it, but we will. I promise. Made it to the ridgeline rollover. Pretty. Thankfully no clouds yet. Just this weirdo in the trees. And now we go down. All right, made it to river level. That was a bit of an adventure. Definitely exciting. Here's the chute we came down to get to the river. Trying to get him down, woo, 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 woo. Yeah, but nice flows. Looks like maybe 250, 300. Good rapids. Whew, let's do this.
Nice wave train, hell yeah. Nice wave train, loving it. Holy yeah! Good. Flash lines and gaps. There we go.
Yeah!
Woo! That was fun!
Hard, 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 hard. Yeah.
That eddy line grabbed me.
Yep. Strong.
Yeah.
So I said, this river, it's got more power than it looks. Oh yeah, dude. That.
What's our next feature?
Rapid. Whoa! Woo!
Oh, me. Who put that wall there? Cool.
Yeah, buddy. Nice. And that's it.
That's it.
Boom.
Boom.
Boom. Thanks, buddy. That was fun.
Good run.
Alrighty, friends, thanks for tuning in and watching another episode of Paddling with Kit. I do appreciate it. Please help me keep that channel going. Hit that like and subscribe button and keep tuning in to future episodes. I always appreciate it. This one was a fun one. Not only did I get to paddle with my friend Jay, whom I don't get to paddle with enough, but it was yet another project ticked off the to-do list. I, like many other stronger intermediate paddlers in Colorado, have kind of always wondered about that last few miles of class 2 to 3 coming out of the run out of Bailey, but with access being blocked up from Pine Valley Ranch by some private property on the old railroad grade, there's just not really a lot of easy access to get to there, so that's why we had to get creative and do some hiking. So it was a lot of fun, not too much work, definitely exciting. The last few rapids inside there below Deer Creek in that last few miles were a little spicier than we expected, but definitely a great day of paddling, and I will definitely be back. So I'm going to talk just first about the geology in the area, and then I'll move into some history. The geology is pretty simple. It's all granites. I know a lot of people think it's called Front Range granite, but it actually is all just Pikes Peak granite. There are different local variations of it, which is why sometimes it looks pink or gray or yellow or green. Sometimes it's more sphery, more slabby. Sometimes it's more decomposed and broken up. But stretching all the way from Denver down south, it's all Pikes Peak granite. This area, just like regular granite does, there's a lot of granite domes and pinnacles which pop up a lot of places. The obvious Fire Lookout and at, what is it, Indian Head or whatever that is, that big mountain down there. There's a lot of just granite domes scattered around west, southwest of Denver, northeast or northwest of Pikes Peak. The granite around here is pretty cool because it makes really good pool drop rapids, definitely reminding a little bit of like California style whitewater here in Colorado. One thing that is kind of interesting about the geology is in this area anyway, is how is Bailey so much steeper compared to the valley of Bailey town above it and then the valley of Pine below it, both of which are kind of like flatter, wider valleys. But in between them, Bailey cuts a really serious gorge. And the reason because of that is Bailey and Pine are both in kind of some smaller fault block valleys. And the North Fork of the South Platte actually leaves one of those fault block valleys below Bailey, cuts through it, and that's where all that serious gradient in Bailey Canyon is, and then it kind of leaves that and enters another fault block valley as it gets to Pine, where it settles down a little bit. So that's why Bailey is so much steeper than the area around it. The history in this area can't really be talked about unless you talk about the Denver and South Park Pacific Railroad. This plucky little competitor to the Denver and Rio Grande Western had big dreams and goals of accessing Leadville and Gunnison, which were some of the burgeoning mineral markets in the later part of the 19th century in Colorado. But with working on a shoestring budget compared to what the Denver and Rio Grande had, the Denver South Park and Pacific was forced to get creative. And so they instead went straight up the Platte River and then up and over into South Park, and then over into the Arkansas Valley, through the famous Alpine Tunnel, and finally into Gunnison, where they finally ran out of money and didn't quite make the coal fields of Crested Butte like they had hoped, but they did leave behind a really cool legacy. Things like the Alpine Tunnel, towns like Como, Pitkin, Bailey, all owe their existence to the Denver South Park Pacific. And here it's no different. All the road beds in the area are old railroad beds. The town of Pine, which used to be called Pine Grove, was once a big lumber outlet. Bailey itself used to be a resort community and then later also a lumber community. And today these communities survive and owe their existence because of the Denver and South Park Pacific. So it's kind of neat how the train provided their jump start, and now that the train is long gone, they're still kind of continuing on. So not really much else to talk about. Pretty cool country. Happy to have done it, and I'll see you on the next one.